So I want to show you my new plugin called Coherence Wizard that fits into Obsidian. This is Obsidian. Here is an inbox folder full of a variety of notes with a variety of topics that are totally disorganized and hard to deal with. Imagine having, in fact, hundreds of these notes, if not even thousands of these notes. So let's go ahead and click the Coherence Wizard, which will walk you through a variety of features. So here we have the date fix. And what this does is it will fix the naming convention of the file names so that they are all uniform. Let's go ahead and do that. Now you can see that all of our file names start with an ISO date, which I find useful for my system. Now we're going to do a chronological merge. And what this does is it finds notes that were made close to each other, let's say within 10 minutes of each other, and it will ask me if I want to combine those notes. Usually notes combined close to each other in terms of time are related and should be a single note. I can also change the file name, I can change the content. Let's go ahead and merge a group. Now we see that those three files are now merged into one. Now, within all of these notes, I want to add a YAML template, which basically adds properties to the notes. So let's go ahead and add the template, and now we see that we have a properties template added to each of the notes, which also pulled in the date from the file name. Now we want to summarize. So to save time, I'm not going to summarize all of these notes right now because it takes some time, but let me just show you how that works. I'm going to right click. You can also access these features through the right click context menu. I'm going to click summarize. I'm going to select my AI model, which is all entirely local. None of my data leaves my computer. The AI runs on my computer. And I'm also going to make sure that it will add a title to an otherwise untitled note. So let's go ahead and start the summarization. You have to give it a minute. We can see using our resource monitor that we're using quite a lot of my GPU resources. So now we see that we have a summary in the properties here. We also now see that this note, which was formerly untitled, now has an AI-generated title. Very useful. I also want to rate all of my notes. So we see we have a property here called rating. And I want to rate my notes based off of coherence and profundity. So we're going to use an AI model to basically save us the time and find the most highest quality notes so that we can separate them from lower quality notes. So let's give it another minute. Okay, all of the notes have been rated. We see that this rating is 3. Well, let's go ahead and select a note that's incoherent, and we see that the rating is 2. Let's go ahead and select a note that's more profound, and we see the rating is 4. So now I can actually sort all of these notes based off of how coherent and profound they are. Okay, so now we're moving now to the most important, powerful feature of the Coherence Wizard, which is to categorize all these notes. Now I've already set up in the settings of this plugin, I've set up a dictionary of what categories I want these to fit into. And this example sample person with their sample notes has notes about their personal life, about their work life, about school, and they like to cook, so they keep notes about recipes. So I've already selected that dictionary of demo, and I only want to have each note fit one category. So let's go ahead and categorize this. It'll take a minute. And what this will do is it will add a tag to the YAML based off of what category it fits the best. All right, now we see that this is a personal note. This recipe here is a recipe. And this performance review is work. Let's go ahead and now move all of these files to their appropriate folder that's named the same category. So now we see that our inbox has been cleared. These notes have been copied to two different places. One is chronological folder, where this is just an archive chronologically of all of your notes. But we also have the living folder. Living folder has your categories. And within each of these folders are the notes that we have categorized automatically. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create combined versions within each of these categories. Now we see that all of these notes have been combined into a single file. And now we're going to extract the wisdom. And so what this does is it tells the local AI to pretend to be a world-renowned self-help author, and it will convert otherwise formerly personal notes into a nugget of wisdom. I mean, even recipes, it'll convert into a nugget of wisdom. So what we did was we moved from what formerly looked like an incoherent inbox of a variety of mishmashed notes. We created organization, and we created nuggets of wisdom. That is the Coherence Wizard.